You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? What's up? What's up? Yeah, thank you so much for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. You know what we do at this time of the show. We bring it back! Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you for joining your boy. Wild Out Wednesday. Damn, I'm leading back. May 13th, 2015. And, yeah, this is a Wild Out Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. All my Stewies, Mocha Bella, That Ninja, Jungle Brother, Juan Cruz, Stagger Lee. Shouts out to y'all. Thank you so much for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to have a lot of fun today as we do every single day. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Did a little hit this morning on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Got to promote the show a little bit. So if you're a new listener and you heard about the Doug Stewart Show through the Tom Joyner Show, the TJMS, thank you for joining your boy. And what we do around here is we talk sports Monday through Friday, once again from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., but we do it in stew style. I mean, it's unlike any other sports guy talk show in America that you hear. We have a good time. We talk about birthdays. I read a lot of your chat messages in which you can be a part of the show. And by the way, The way to do that is to go to Spreaker.com, follow the show, hit the little follow button on Spreaker, and then there's a little talk chat bubble right there at the bottom. You click on that, and bam, you're totally interactive with all the Stewies, the dogs and the poodles, I call them. Yeah. So I read chat messages. We do top fives, which you got a good top five for you today as well. And we talk about all of the biggest sports stories in the world, as well as other little stories that people are talking about. I always say it's kind of like, guy talk more in particular than just sports talk, because we talk about everything. All right, if something happened last night in the world of entertainment, hip hop, whatever it may be, then we'll get into it as well. Whatever you're talking about, we will talk about on the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. So a lot of little interesting things to get into today. Obviously, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about a possible suspension in the NBA as well. More Deflategate stuff, and I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, Ted Wells, the lead mediator on Deflategate, he just came out and went ham yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. Also, I've been talking and telling you about how, deflating footballs gives you a competitive advantage. More so, we were talking about throwing the football, and I gave the example yesterday, and we had a long discussion on Facebook and on Twitter about, a Nerf football and how much easier it is to grip and how much easier it is to throw, and that equaling out to better performance on the field. But another part of this, man, that we really haven't given enough attention to, I think, is the aspect of protecting the football and fumbles and turnovers. And I found a real interesting article that I'm going to actually break down a little bit later, and it'll give you more of an understanding about how stark of a contrast it is between the Patriots and other teams in the NFL, really the rest of the NFL, as far as turnovers, since the NFL kind of went to this new rule where each team is able to bring their own football. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in today's show. We got to talk about Bobby Bowden. And, oh, my gosh, Bobby Bowden, I think the biggest thing, and really the nutshell of the whole thing, is he's kind of old right now. We'll talk about Bobby Bowden and some of the comments he made, Manny Pacquiao. A lot of stuff we can get into. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And, obviously, like I said earlier, the easy way to be totally interactive, and I read a ton of your chat posts, is to hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com. All right, so I mentioned earlier we also do birthdays. So let me kind of tell you one birthday in particular, because it kind of sets up today's top five. Today is Dennis Rodman's 54th birthday. Happy birthday to the worm. Yeah. Happy birthday to the worm. All right. I mean, the guy was a fantastic player. Defensive guy, rebounds, block shots. He did all of the garbage pail stuff. He's actually in the Hall of Fame. I disagree with that, but that's another topic for another show. But Dennis Rodman is more so known for his crazy antics and, I guess, style off the court. And a lot of people would consider Dennis Rodman as a strange guy. I mean, that's an understatement, right? I mean, Dennis Rodman is strange. All right, so today we're going to talk about the top 5 strangest athletes of all times. Ooh. And this list was actually harder than you would think it would be. And now I'm trying to talk about guys that I just think are naturally strange, / deranged, / weird, / crazy. I'm not talking about guys that do a lot of the self-promotion type stuff, which you could kind of put Dennis Rodman in that category. I really think Dennis Rodman is crazy. So Dennis Rodman is definitely on my list, okay? He's definitely on my list, but I got 4 other names, and I'm going to rank them in order as far as the strangest people in sports, or athletes in sports, to be more precise. All right. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Last night in the NBA, the Cavaliers handled their business. LeBron James goes off, and the Cavs win 106-101, taking a 3-2 lead in their series against the Chicago Bulls. Also last night, the Houston Rockets showed a little bit of fight. I mean, they did. It showed a little bit of fight. I didn't expect to see any fight in these guys at all. I mean, James Harden is that dude. He goes for a triple-double last night, 124-103 in their series against the Los Angeles Clippers. So that series is tied, or not tied. The Clippers actually are still winning that series 3-2. And then tonight, you got a couple of games in the association. You got the Wizards taking on the Atlanta Hawks back here in the ATL. And then you got the Memphis Grizzlies. Once again, if you didn't hear me, you haven't heard me say this, and you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I like the Grizzlies to win the whole thing. I know. It's kind of crazy. All right, the series is tied 2 games apiece. Golden State, the number 1 seed in the West. The Grizzlies, the number 5 seed. But a lot of conversation, and I still hear people talking about it, and something that I talked about on yesterday is the fact that Golden State is a jump shooting team, and I just don't trust them. And Memphis Grizzlies, and the way that they're set up is old school to the fullest, all right? And the big guys they have down in the paint. So I like Memphis. We'll see what happens. The Golden State Warriors looked fantastic the other night in the win in game 4 of the series, the last game that they played. But I still like Memphis, and I think Memphis, obviously, they have to get this win tonight. They're on the road back in Golden State, but I think they will handle their business. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies. I know I sound crazy. Hey, have you told one person about the Doug Stewart Show? If you haven't, shame on you. Shame on you. Tell one person about the realest, the treeless, most unfiltered sports talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. And they'll thank you for it, man. They will thank you for it. If you're new, I'm telling you, stick around. You're going to hear real, trill opinions. I mean, this ain't the Puppet Factory. All right? What you watch late in the evenings, at 11 o'clock at night, I call it the Puppet Factory. And talking about ESPN, much love to them, but at the same time, they create puppets around there. At ESPN, they got their hands stuck up somebody's ass controlling what the hell they say. They do. And that's why I call it the Puppet Factory. But not here on the Doug Stewart Show. On the Doug Stewart Show, man, we have a good time, and we talk about these sports like nobody else. Speaking of which, when we get back, we're going to talk more NBA, and also we'll get into this Ted Wells story, the lead investigator for the Deflategate case in the NFL. All right, sports talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. The Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. The Doug Stewart Show. The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show. If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Wild Out Wednesday. And, man, y'all really need to stay tuned when I break down this whole thing about turnovers for the New England Patriots and how much better they have been since they started putting out their own footballs. It's incredible, man. It's very damning evidence, in my opinion. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on today's show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. That's unbelievable, man. You can protect your house. You can protect your family for as little as $16.50 per month. All right, they've got this promotion going on right now with System 5 Electronics where if you buy a Smart Solutions package, you'll get a free driveway probe. And what that means is when someone drives into your yard, you'll be alerted, whether it's pictures or video on your smartphone, your iPad, your computer or whatever, you'll know exactly anytime someone drives up into your driveway, that's the driveway probe, but you got to tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you, okay? So check them out online at System 5, the number 5, electronicsinc.com. That's System 5, electronicsinc.com. And remember, you have to tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. And holla at the owner of the company if you ever get a chance and let him know that I sent you. His name is Mr. Maceo Brown. We cool like that. We're cool like that. All right? We're actually going to be hosting the show this Monday from Maceo Brown's annual golf tournament, for System 5's annual golf tournament. I'll give you a little bit more details on that at some point this week. So great company, been in business for over 25 years. Make sure you tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, I mentioned how last night the Cavs get it done, beating the Chicago Bulls 106-101. Houston bounces back and gets a win over the Clippers. That series is now 3-2. A couple of other news and notes from the world of the NFL, or from the NBA last night. You know that James Harden got a triple-double last night, keeping the Rockets alive. Also, did you see the little skirmish, I guess you'd call it, between Taj Gibson and the Dellavedova guy, which is bootleg as hell? They're talking about possibly, and he got kicked out of the game, Taj Gibson. They're talking about him possibly being suspended for the next game in that series. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, clearly you saw the guy on the ground, Dellavedova, like leg lock him in some type of crazy type of kung fu move, which was crazy. Those foreign players, they do a lot of little creepy, little crazy stuff like that where they'll clinch you and they'll flop. I mean, I don't know. They play a different type of basketball, wherever the hell these people are from. And so last night he gets suspended or kicked out of the game, and now they're talking about a suspension in Game 6, and that's Taj Gibson. Also, another news and note from the world of the NBA, Monty Williams fired after 5 seasons with the New Orleans Pelicans. What do y'all think about that? I guess an admirable job. But you know what? It's almost like this theme in the NBA. There's a coach that takes a team to a certain level, especially if they've got a superstar, and New Orleans has a damn big superstar, up-and-coming superstar, in Anthony Davis. It always seems like there's this theme of a good, solid coach takes a team and a player to one level, and then it's like automatic. because the Pelicans made it to the playoffs this year. It's like automatic. You get rid of that guy and you bring in a bigger name and a guy with more experience to take them to the next level. And that's what it kind of seems like with this situation with Monty Williams and the Pelicans. He just did all he could do. Kind of like Doug Collins when he was with the Bulls. And the Bulls had always, made the playoffs, but they couldn't get past Detroit. They couldn't take it to that next level. And then management made a decision to bring in Phil Jackson, and the rest, as they say, is history. So it kind of reminds me of that whole theme in looking at, taking out or telling one coach, he's out, you're out, and then bringing in another guy, taking the team to the next level. What are your thoughts? I don't know. Do we got any Pelican fans that listen to the Doug Stewart Show? How many people listen to the show from New Orleans? I mean, hell, we actually used to be syndicated, and I say we, talking about the Two Live Stews, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show right now. We actually used to be syndicated in one of those cities. It might have been Baton Rouge. It might have been some other city outside of New Orleans. So we had a lot of people that used to listen to the show, and obviously we used to do the things on First Take. So I remember us having a lot of conversation with New Orleans people. What are your thoughts on this, man? Twofold, all right, for New Orleans people. If you're listening, hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com or give me a call at 404-382-0338. What are your thoughts about Monty Williams and the job that he's done? 3 questions. Who do you like, or who would you like to see come in and take over this team as head coach? And also, on a side football topic, and this whole Deflategate, and you guys got dinged really, really hard with the whole Bountygate thing. Sean Payton suspended for the entire year. Greg Williams suspended for the entire year, the defensive coordinator at that time. What are your thoughts about what's going on with Deflategate and the punishment that the NFL levied against the Patriots? All right, so I'd like to get some of your thoughts on that. If you're a supporter of the New Orleans teams, that'd be kind of cool. Last night, Josh Smith actually got in the starting lineup for the Houston Rockets, and I guess Kevin McHale's figured he needed some type of spark. He started him over Terrence Jones, and it worked out, obviously. Houston looked the best in this series that they've looked the entire series. And so will this continue? You can say what you want about Josh Smith. Josh Smith has been around a long time, okay? He's been around a long time. He knows how to play basketball. The problem with Josh Smith is his head. I mean, oh, my gosh. Josh Smith just does some of the most head-scratching things that you ever see from a professional basketball player in your life. And, I mean, that's just undeniable. And so last night he gets in as a starter, and things kind of flow a lot better. You know the relationship that he has with Dwight Howard and the fact that they grew up playing AAU basketball together here in the city of Atlanta. And so maybe they've got some type of synergy. And maybe that's a good thing. But if Josh Smith would ever just, if he could just figure it out and do the things that he does well and stop trying to be freaking, I don't know, Steve Kerr or Ray Allen and shooting, jump shots from half court, he'd be a great player. And he also has an attitude issue. It seems like he's been here. Once again, he was in Atlanta for many, many years, most of his career. So I've seen the guy play a ton of times. He seems like he has some type of attitude. And when he got with the Houston Rockets early on, you remember, they went on like this losing streak, and everybody started blaming Josh Smith for the fact that they were starting to lose these games, and he's like this bad seed, and he's like a bad apple or whatever. But last night, it worked. We'll see if it continues, though. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We'll see if it continues as far as Josh Smith and the Houston Rockets and continuing to fight in this series. They're down 3-2 right now. We'll see what happens. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Talking NBA, talking NFL, Deflategate. I got some great stuff on that a little bit later in today's show as well, so stay tuned for that. Also, we're doing the top 5 strangest / weirdest / craziest athletes in the history of sports. Number 5 on my list this is a wild card. I'm sure most of you probably don't have this guy on your list, but he's on my list. because this guy to me is just a weirdo, and that's Tim Tebow. That kind of rhymed. Tim Tebow comes in at number 5 on my list. Tim Tebow's just weird, man. I mean, if you've ever heard the guy talk, he sounds like a freaking robot. And half the time he just continues to ramble. And you know he was homeschooled. Nothing against people that were homeschooled, but I think that might have affected his ability to conversate and to socialize with people. And I think it kind of stunted his growth. So Tim Tebow comes in at number 5 on my list of strangest / weirdest athletes of all times. Yeah, I got y'all ass with that. Y'all didn't see that coming. So, yeah, Tim Tebow comes in at number 5. Let me quickly do these birthdays while we got an opportunity. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Speaking of Dennis Rodman and being the catalyst for my list today, the top 5 strangest people in sports, Stevie Wonder turned 65 years old today. Happy birthday to Stevie. Damn, Stevie Wonder been around forever. I mean, you remember, he was little Stevie Wonder. So he started off in the entertainment industry at a very young age, and so he, in effect, has been in the public eye as far as entertainment for like 60 years. That's incredible. So happy birthday to Stevie. Tyrann Mathieu, a.k.a. the Honey Badger. Happy birthday to Tyrann. Defensive back for the Arizona Cardinals, former LSU Tiger, 23 years old today. I mentioned Dennis Rodman, 54 years old today. Darius Rucker, 49 years old today. You know who that is, lead singer of the pop group Hootie and the Blowfish, my homeboy, who's kind of doing his own thing these days. He's kind of like branched off, kind of like Beyonce and Destiny's Child. Like he's doing a lot of stuff on his own. He's like the modern day Charlie Pride. And so congratulations to him. Happy birthday to him. He's 49. Pusha T is a rapper I've heard the name before, but not familiar too much with his work. And Mike Bibby, former Atlanta Hawk himself. Who else did Mike Bibby play for? Sacramento Kings. I'll probably remember Mike Bibby more so what he did in college. It's crazy. He played many, many years here in Atlanta, played in the NBA for a long, long time. But I remember Mike Bibby from the Arizona Wildcat days. I mean, dude, that team, who was it? Was he on the team with Miles Simon and the Dickerson kid? You remember that? It's crazy how I remember certain little things, but I forget everything else. But, yeah, the Wildcat teams, man, I think they won a national championship. Ballers. I mean, ballers. So happy birthday to Mike Bibby, 37 years old today. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, when we get back from the break, man, Ted Wells defends Deflategate. He goes ham. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'll jump into your chat messages. Whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports on this Wild Out Wednesday, you can do. All right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that I've talked about today. Whatever you want to talk about, you can jump into it on the chat line on Spreaker.com. All right? The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Top 5 strangest people in sports history on the Doug Stewart Show today. Having some fun with that. So don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Once again, that's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. That's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. May 13th, 2015. This is a Wild Out Wednesday. And thank you for joining your boy. If you're a new listener to the Doug Stewart Show, thank you. We really appreciate it. Yeah, tell somebody about the show. Do your boy a favor. Tell somebody about the show. I mean, we're really taking over the world. We are taking over the world. You best believe that. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. This is a Wild Out Wednesday. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies. All right, settlement, all right, specializing in debt settlement once again, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditors and collection accounts all over the world. Core Services offer debt settlement. Once again, settlement as an alternative. What they do is they go in and they negotiate, okay, for you. It's an alternative to bankruptcy. I repeat, a alternative. I'm doing a lot of repeating to bankruptcy, all right? So before you decide to file bankruptcy, if you're having some financial issues, call my folks up at National Debt Relief. Their number is 844-828-4975. Once again, it's 844-828-4975. Now, yesterday, attorney Ted Wells defended his investigation into the New England Patriots underinflated footballs and quarterback Tom Brady, saying he was taking the uncharacteristic step of speaking out publicly because his independence was questioned. Here's a quote from Ted Wells. All of this discussion that people at the league office wanted to put some type of hit on the most popular, iconic player in the league, the real face of the league, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, Wells said at the end of a 30-minute phone conference with reporters. It's really a ridiculous allegation. What drove the decision in the report was one thing. It was the evidence. I could not ethically ignore the important relevancy of those text messages and the other evidence. All right? He couldn't ignore it. No matter if you're a Patriot fan or not, he just could not ignore the glaring, overwhelming evidence that they had against the Patriots and Tom Brady. Here's another quote from Ted Wells, who this was real gangster. I really applaud him for this. He's like, back him off me. Back him off me. He says, we interviewed him before we had discovered that most important text, he said, adding that the Patriots informed him they wouldn't tell McNally of the request. Wells said Brady was very cooperative during the process, but refused to let his phone or any information from it to be used in the investigation. Brady answered every question I put to him. This is Ted Wells speaking again. He did not refuse to answer any questions. In terms of the back and forth between Mr. Brady and my team, he was totally cooperative. But at the same time, he refused to permit us to review electronic data from his telephone or other instruments. Most of the key evidence in this case, as in most cases, come from people's cell phones. I want to be crystal clear. I told Mr. Brady and his agents I was willing to not take possession of the phone. I said I don't want to see any private information. You keep the phone. You, the agent, Mr. Yee, you can look at the phone. You give me documents that are responsive to this investigation, and I will take your word that you have given me what's responsive, and they still refused. Oh, now that's a whole new twist. And I don't know if it's a new twist, but I don't know if I've heard it best described like this. In effect, what Mr. Wells said is, I didn't even ask for dude's phone. We were under the impression, or at least I was under the impression, and I think it kind of came across in the reporting, that he actually wanted to physically take Tom Brady's phone and like sift through it. And that is not the case. Now, I've said it before, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem, and I don't think Tom Brady, if he didn't have anything he was trying to hide, I didn't think that he should have had a problem, even if they wanted to do that. Because you know Tom Brady, or you know these officials for the NFL and these attorneys, they ain't trying to look at his personal information and selfies of his junk or whatever like that, or of his wife, or phone numbers from any celebrity. They ain't about that. They about the business at hand. So I didn't even think that was a stretch. But this makes it even worse, okay, that Ted Wells told them, you give me the pertinent information, the conversations, the back and forth that you had with these ball boys and these equipment managers, and I'll take your word from it, that's all. And Tom Brady didn't even want to do that. You know why? Because he's a cheating bastard. Yes. I mean, come on, man. If you're accused of something that you didn't do, and this is the same thoughts that I had in talking about Aaron Hernandez. If you're accused of something that you didn't do, whether your attorney tells you, you know, it's an investigation, bullshiggity or whatever, or, you know, I can't talk about it right now. No! If you know definitively you didn't do anything, you're going to scream it from the highest mountain. At least I would. And most rational people that I know would. And Tom Brady did not do that because he's a cheating bastard. Yes. That's what it all comes down to. Stop with this. Oh, well, he knows a lot of celebrities. He doesn't want anybody to look at his cell phone. Are you kidding me? People are questioning your morality or questioning your ethics, and you don't want to let anybody hold it, and they're accusing you something you're saying you didn't do? If you didn't do it, why do you have a problem with any of this? You know why? Because, you know, he's been cheating. He has been. And once again, I'm going to read a little bit later a fantastic story that breaks down what it resulted in as far as Deflategate. Like, what were the results? Like, give me something tangible about deflated football and how it can help a football team win games. And if you follow sports, if you're a fan of football, And you've heard many, many axioms before, okay? And one that you continue to hear time and time again, if you lose the turnover battle, you're probably going to lose the game. And that's what came into play, and you're talking about Deflategate and them deflating the footballs. I'll break that down for you in the next segment, all right? 404-382-7245. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy, JB Jennings, in the chat room. How you fire, man, that got you to the playoffs in the West and brought the best out of Tyreek Evans? That's a good point in talking about Monty Williams, the head coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. Yeah, I mean, in relative terms, Monty Williams did a good job. But once again, I think it's that theme where you bring in one guy, you have a superstar player, and you bring in another guy, a more experienced player, a better, more experienced coach, a better coach, someone that's been through more wars, and that's who I expected to be. I expected to be a veteran-type coach, a better coach, I guess is the best way to put it. And so we'll see what happens with that situation. From Texas Tide, BPA for Bobby Bowden. Got to talk about the Bobby Bowden situation a little bit later. Bobby Bowden, in effect, saying Jameis Winston was an embarrassment. We'll talk about that. From Gary Joyner, Monty should not be fired. Probably get Scott Brooks. I don't like that. Scott Brooks, the former coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you know what? I guess you could look at it if you like Scott Brooks. If you're a fan of Scott Brooks, you can look at it and say Scott Brooks has been there. He's done that. He's been very successful as a head coach. And now he's even more tenured. You know, experience is ultimate. And so the many years that Scott Brooks spent as the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder might come into play. He'll do some things a little bit different than he did before. You know, you're basically trying to find the magic combination on being a coach and getting through to your players and winning a championship. So maybe the experience that he's gained in being the coach at OKC for many, many years, he'll add upon that his next go-round and be even more successful. So maybe Scott Brooks is a name that they're going to look at down in New Orleans. From Montana Jones, Pelicans were just wrong. Sounds like another Mark Jackson case. From Dollars and Cents, Dellavedova is an a-hole, but goes to show that Bulls try to punk scrubs. Why don't anyone run up on Perkins? Doug, Dellavedova played at St. Mary's and is a second-year player with the Cavs. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know he's a second-year player, but I'm thinking that name, I thought he was from like another country and he actually played basketball here. I do know that he played here, but I'm thinking that he's a foreigner. And I'd never even heard the guy talk, so if he's not, that's my mistake. I apologize. From Niner for Life, can the Rockets win in L.A.? If the Rockets were to win this series, could they beat the Clippers? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If the Rockets were to win this series, would they beat the Clippers? No. Now, once again, if you look at this team and you look at the pieces that they have, they should be able to beat anybody. But I just don't believe. I don't buy anything that Dwight Howard's selling. It's as simple as that. I don't buy anything that they're selling. All right? If Dwight Howard's involved with it, I'm not buying it at all. From Nino the Rhino, ref should have let that go. From Juan Cruz, the first buster, ESPN is Mike Greenberg. He actually thought the punishment was too harsh for Brady and the Pats. A lot of people have been saying that, and I totally disagree. If you heard the show on yesterday, I totally disagree. I think the punishment should have been even more. I would have liked to seen them fined. I would have liked to seen them suspended, him and Belichick, for an entire season. I do. Here's a man who is a Jet fan and the native New Yorker. What a clown. And also from Griff, Brian Williams. What was that all about? Also from Brian, a.k.a. Griff, Brian Williams, a.k.a. Bison Daily. Unique dude. Very unique dude. God rest the dead. Remember he was on that, he died on a boating accident, supposedly killed by his brother. I saw the the Life After or something like that on BET, one of them black shows. And God rest the dead to the great Bison Daily. Griff, or from Sluggo, Jay Fish. Jay Fish. What do you mean, Jay Fish? Detroit Matt, the Pelicans might be setting up to try and get Calipari since he coached Davis and Evans in college. Yeah, I actually heard a couple of people talking about that this morning. And hadn't Calipari already committed to staying at Kentucky? And I know they don't care about contracts and whatever. If they really want him they can get him. I mean, they break contracts all the time in sports. That would be interesting. That would be interesting because of the relationship that he has with Anthony Davis. This will probably be Calipari's greatest achievement if he can go back to the NBA and win a championship. You're getting a head start really on the persona and the personality and the tendencies of the players, having coached a couple of those guys in college, especially in Anthony Davis. That would be kind of cute. That would be intriguing to see if Calipari were to go and coach the New Orleans Pelicans. We'll see. We will see. Texas Tide, hope the Bulls can do the unexpected. At least the Blackhawks have been doing their damn thing. From J.B. Jennings, Pelicans waiting on Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau still got a job, though. We'll see. We'll see. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I'm going to jump in this Bobby Bowden situation, man, and give you your thoughts, give you my thoughts on it. And it might surprise you a little bit. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougsstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougsstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Wild Out Wednesday. Top 5 strangest people in sports. About to talk about Bobby Bowden here in a second and his comments about Jameis Winston. We'll get into that. But this segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. All right? And so the goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to witness the best the world of entertainment, culture, and sports has to offer. So if you need tickets to anything, all right, anything, sports and beyond, give my friends at the Ticket Liquidator a call. Their phone number is 855-638-3034. Just write the number down for future reference if you don't need anything right now. All right, make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. 855-638-3034. Once again, 855-638-3034. And also make sure that you follow the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group on Facebook. It's the party after the party. So when we're done, when we're done at 12 noon, then you can continue the conversation in the Facebook group on Facebook, all right? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I'm going to read more of your chat here in a second. But this story kind of came out late yesterday evening. Former Florida State coach Bobby Bowden, in an interview Tuesday, says, quote, I think it's a consensus among Florida State fans and boosters that he was an embarrassment, in talking about Jameis Winston, in a lot of ways to the university. Bowden said yesterday on the Paul Feinbaum show, I really don't listen to that show, so I wouldn't have heard it when it was live. He won a lot of ball games. This is the quote from Bobby Bowden continuing. He won a lot of ball games, probably one of the best football players that ever attended Florida State, but he hurt himself off the field. The good news is he's young enough to get over that. He just can't make those junior high school decisions that he made when he was in college. And reading that statement, I mean, pretty much what he's saying is true. I mean, a lot of things, and we talked about it on this show. We talked about it on the Doug Stewart Show YouTube show that I did before I actually even started doing this, when that whole story broke, and the crab legs and all of the things that he did to kind of bring attention to himself. Technically, in the truest sense of the word, a lot of the things that he did were very embarrassing. Not just to Florida State, but I'm sure to his family as well. They were embarrassing. But I'm glad Bobby Bowden, kind of hedged what he was saying when he kind of, made it kind of into a positive at the last part of that statement. He says he won a lot of ball games, probably one of the best football players that ever attended Florida State. The good news is he's young enough to get over that. He just can't make those mistakes again. So I think like midway through it, he kind of realized what he said was kind of harsh, and he kind of sugarcoated the comments a little bit by giving him some kudos. And I think more so this is probably a situation of an old guy speaking out. Old guys, they kind of lose a little bit of their tact, and they say things that they wouldn't say in a normal setting. And surely, I don't think Florida State or any official from Florida State, even though Bobby Bowden's retired and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I don't think that they would have liked to have heard these comments, because let's be honest, and all of these things that Jameis Winston did when he was at Florida State, they supported him. The fan base supported him. The coaching staff supported him. The administration supported him. A lot of people outside of the program supported him as well, just like me. I feel like that a lot of things that he did outside of the accusations of rape were just stuff that young dudes do when they're young. What? I mean, stealing crab legs, jumping up on a table, saying F them in the vagina. I mean, that's stuff that silly people do when they're young. And I think that all of those things he definitely can get past. But they, to a man, stood by dude, which was very good. I think Bobby Bowden just kind of felt comfortable probably. I didn't hear the comments live. He probably felt comfortable with the host, opened up a little bit, and probably said these things in this interview that he probably wouldn't have said if he were still a head coach of Florida State. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read more of your chat. Thank you so much for the chat. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Thank you very much. The chat makes this show. From Vince Wright, can we nominate Tree for a BPA? She's long overdue. The Teflon Don is dodging BPAs. I don't think Tree's done anything to receive a BPA nomination, a boiled peanuts nomination. If you're new to the show, ask somebody in the chat room what the boiled peanuts are. From J. Rob, Bus Award to the 76ers new logo. You know what? And I talked about this morning on the Tom Jordan Morning Show. If you heard me, I appreciate it. At 6:45 a.m. was very early. I normally do it at 7:45. But the only spot they had this morning was 6:45. Shouts out to Tom Joyner and the TJMS. But I quickly mentioned this morning. Have you seen the new 76ers logo? I actually think it's kind of cool. I actually think it's kind of cool. You got old-ass Ben Franklin in a 76ers warm-up dribbling the basketball. Ben Franklin, Philadelphia, basketball. So I thought it was actually kind of cool. I could have really understood if you use, I don't know, somebody like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's doing every damn thing else. They might as well make him the logo as well. And then I also told Tom it'd be kind of cool as well. Sports logos and mascots, they're always menacing. You got an eagle, you got a bear, you got some ferocious type thing. And I thought it would have been real cool if they would have made Bill Cosby the logo. Bill Cosby is very menacing, allegedly, to a lot of people. What? Huh? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You talk to those white women. I actually think that the new 76ers logo is kind of cool. And just Google it if you haven't seen it. Andre Patterson, Monty should not have been fired. GM gave him blanks to put in a gun and said, now go to war. And it seems like now they've kind of crossed over, the hill, or they actually ascending up that hill. And the best is yet to come. Anthony Davis is going to be the best player in the NBA. He might be the best player right now. Definitely that's questionable. He didn't win the MVP. They haven't won any titles. But skill-wise, his upside is just tremendous. And somebody's going to reap the benefits of having Anthony Davis on their team. Whoever takes over this ball club is going to have, pretty much a gift wrap championship. At some point, I think Anthony Davis, chances are, might win a championship, man. And so whoever gets this team is really going to get a bonanza. From Texas Tide, Tim Tebow is the opposite of weird to me, plain Jane. That's you. To me, Tim Tebow is weird, weird, weird. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
That's enough.
He's a great guy, but he's weird. And this is Tree joining me right now on the Doug Stewart Show. What'd you say, Tree? I'm sorry?
I've had it. That's enough.
What do you mean?
Leave him alone. He's not weird. He's not weird. He's anointed.
He might be anointed, but he's also weird too, Tree.
He's like Noah, and y'all can't handle it. He's like running around. It's going to rain.
Well, Tree, technically, once again, Noah. I saw that Noah's Ark movie. What was the guy's name that played in Noah's Ark? The new Noah movie.
Russell Crowe. And you ain't got no business watching Hollywood's version of Nothing from the Bible.
Right. I was about to say, that Noah character, technically he was weird too, Tree. Yeah, technically he was weird too. And especially that movie. Did you see the new Noah movie?
No, I don't engage in the scripted. I got my own take.
Right.
I mean, that don't even look like Noah, even though I wasn't there.
Well, let me tell you this, and for people that are listening to the Doug Stewart Show right now, that might have been one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. They took a lot of personal artsy liberties. Like Noah in that movie, he was fighting like trees, and I guess the trees represented like evil or whatever. But there ain't no damn fighting trees in the Bible. I know that.
No.
Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, Tree, no disrespect to the great Tim Tebow or to Noah, but they are kind of weird. I mean, they are. They kind of fall in that category. They kind of fall in that category of weird, Tree. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm tired of it.
Tree's always defending these divine people. That's cute. I like that, Tree. That's good. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Tim Tebow's weird. Hey, number 4 on my list. Number 4 on my list of weird athletes of all times. All of this in conversation about Dennis Rodman. Today's his birthday. So I'm talking about the top 5 most strange athletes of all times on the show today. Number 5 was Tim Tebow. Tree doesn't like that. And I'll give you number 4 on my list when we get back. And I'm going to get into that conversation about what the numbers say about the Patriots and possibly how they benefited from deflating footballs. All right, don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems. featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
I feel great. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is hour number 2. Wild Out Wednesday. How you feel, man? I feel fantastic. Yes, yes. I mean, it's always a beautiful day. We get to talk about these sports, do these top fives. If you're a listener to the Doug Stewart Show, man, and you own a company or you know somebody that owns a company, and partnering with the Doug Stewart Show and getting in tune with the listenership to the show. If you think that's a good idea, man, email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com, whether that's a product, your company, your brand, whatever that may be. We got a great, unique demo of listeners, mostly dudes, mostly Metro Atlanta, but we're all over the world, though, so we do national stuff as well, of guys that like sports and like guy-type things, all right? So email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com, and let's do some business. Yes! Hey, you also have an opportunity to donate to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Go on my website, thedugstewartshow.com. There's a little donate button to the right, and if you donate $20 or more, we will send you the first official Doug Stewart T-shirt, the Doug Stewart Show T-shirt. That's right. Those will be ready to go out, I'm thinking, this Friday. So we're planning to do like a collector series. And so once we, get rid of all of these, then we'll get another design and we'll send that out and on and on and on and on. So if you donate $20 at least to the Doug Stewart Show, we'll send you a T-shirt saying thank you. If you can definitely donate a little bit less if you'd like. And then we have other things that we can donate to you if you send less than $20. But $20 or more, and you'll get a T-shirt. Thank you so much for supporting independent radio and supporting me. Yes. Ooh, we need it. We need it around here. All right, so today we're talking about the top 5 crazy/strange people in sports history. Number 5 on my list was the great Tim Tebow, and Tree didn't like that at all. Tree says Tim Tebow's anointed. I mean, he might be anointed, but he's also damn weird as hell. So Tim Tebow comes in at number 5. Number 4 on my list is Chris Birdman Anderson. Yeah, Miami Heat forward. So Birdman, is estimated that Birdman has 70% of his body tattooed. I pulled up his Wikipedia page a little bit earlier, and a little backstory to that. And the tattoos is his mom was in some type of bikers club in California, and she's got a lot of tattoos. And for his birthday, like when he turned 18, she bought him his first tattoo. And once again, as I said earlier, the rest is history. This dude went straight ham on tattoos. He's really freaky. And people forget now, Birdman is a freak athlete. This dude, before he got pinched for the PED use, Birdman could jump out of the gym. I mean, just freaky athlete, played at a really small college, and got an opportunity because of his athleticism to play in the NBA, and he's made a very good career out of it. Not a great offensive player, but just, very, very weird, very, very strange. In earnest, and talking about Chris Birdman Anderson. So he comes in at number 4 on my list. All right, 404-382-0338. Your thoughts on Bobby Bowden saying that Jameis Winston was an embarrassment? I mean, technically what he's saying is true. Should he have said it behind a microphone? Probably shouldn't have. I think really that's more of a case of an older guy just having less of a filter than they should. Also talking about Deflategate still. What were your thoughts on that? Some of the new information coming out about that. And in a little while, I'm going to get into this story, I promise you, that I found online where they actually break down what it meant in tangible terms for the Patriots in ball protection and ball security. So stay tuned for that. And also, we're talking NBA playoffs. But let me read more of your chat, man. This is hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. If you're just joining me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I read a lot of chat. And actually, the Stewies, as I call them, they're kind of like my co-host, all right? And I really appreciate the love. I mean, y'all kind of like conversation starters. It's from Sluggo in the chat room on Spreaker.com. He says, Tigers paying top dollar for the Newtsy. That dude is strange for that garbage. Yeah, if you haven't heard, man, allegedly the reason why Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn broke up, his latest and greatest girlfriend, is because Tiger was paying for the Newtsy. Not just normal money for the Newtsy. Tiger was paying car note money for the Newtsy. Not car note money for the Newtsy. Tiger was paying off the damn car for the Newtsy. They're saying upwards of $15,000 he was paying chicks. That's clearly a man law violation, man. Matter of fact, let me grab my pencil here. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, I had to do this 2 days in a row. All right, so yesterday, what did we nominate yesterday? And I didn't write it down on this paper right here. It's from my notes from yesterday. Yesterday I nominated something. I got it written down. It's at the house. But yesterday I nominated somebody, and today I'm nominating Tiger Woods too for paying $15,000 for the Newtsy. So I'm gonna write his name now. Tiger E-R. Woods. F-O-R-D, period. So Tiger Woods is nominated for a Boyle Penis Award. Yeah, you can't pay $15,000 for some nudity, and you're Tiger Woods. I think right now he's probably going to win this thing. The man paid $15,000 allegedly for some ass. And the man is a celebrity. They say he's got close to $1 billion in the bank. I mean, chicks would just, they'd run over each other to try to give you some ass, Tiger? And you paying for it? That's definitely breaking a man's law. Yes, Tree. Yes.
I'll tell you what. He could take some of these garden tools to Red Lobster.
Wait a minute. Stop. Whenever we've talked about, females or ladies with low morals, you always talk about all you need to do is take them to Red Lobster. You've said that before. What is it about Red Lobster and hoes, Tree?
I said Golden Corral, not Red Lobster.
You said that before about something else we were talking about Red Lobster. Take them to Red Lobster.
Yeah, no, I said take them to Golden Corral.
Yeah.
But, he's making it way too complicated. First of all, don't have a girlfriend with your lonely ass. You're lonely.
Right. You know what
I
think?
You don't need a girlfriend.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't need a girlfriend because he likes the nudesy. And trust me, there's nothing wrong with liking the nudesy. Nothing. But he evidently likes, widespread in a variance of nudesy.
A buffet.
He likes a buffet. Corral. He's got money out the wazoo. I mean, I just don't get it. And, everybody speculated that him starting to get back with all these different chicks would help his golf game, and really hadn't to that degree like he was before as far as golf. So, I don't know, man. He's just clearly breaking man laws. I mean, $15,000. And I guess, I'm sure there's people listening to the show right now, and you're listening to the DougStewartShow.com. There's people probably saying, $15,000 to Tiger is $150 to us. And technically that's true, but there's just something wrong with that. There's just something wrong with looking at that figure, 150 in comparison to 15,000. Maybe the zeros just make it worse. And technically, yeah, it is. I mean, it's no money to Tiger Woods at all. I mean, supposedly the guy's a billionaire. You clearly breaking some type of unwritten man law. You are. From J.B. Jennings, Sluggo, I think Tebow got some nudesy while at Florida. It's just too much scattered ass around there. Nah, Tim Tebow ain't never seen hide, nor hair, no nudesy. I'm going to tell you that right now. Thus, he's number 5 on my list of weird guys. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. He's saving it for his wife. I mean, that's what you should do. I mean, I think that's what the Bible says. I'm not sure exactly. But Tim Tebow ain't seen no nudesy, man. He ain't seen hide nor hair of no nudesy. You put some nudesy in Tim Tebow's face, he'll fall out. He'll faint. He'll pass out. Yes, it would scare the hell out of Tim Tebow. I'm telling you. Bambusa, Tiger's a mess. He needs to go to rehab for the nudesy. Yeah, I think Tiger Woods is one of them nympho-freakiacs. Hey, listen, hey, I got a little freaky side to me, too. I mean, everybody do. But I think Tiger's clinical. He's one of them, once again, he's one of those nympho-freakiacs. Is that the term? You understand what I'm saying.
It's nymphomaniac.
Same thing. Wait a minute. What do you mean? They knew what I was talking about. Wait a minute. Stop. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Tree, why are you correcting me in front of people, in front of company? Tree, you are nominated. You are nominated right now, Tree, for a Boyle Peanuts Award. Award. The Echo. Tree is nominated for a Boyle Peanuts Award.
Tired of all of this. Tim.
Hush!
Peanuts.
Cut your mic off. Tree has been nominated for a Boyle Peanuts Award. It's duly nuded. Or You know what I mean. Duly noted. Damn, Tree, you do it to yourself seemingly every week. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Damn, I hated to do that, but I had to do it. Tree be smelling herself sometime. I love her. Tree's nominated for a BP award, man. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Top 5 strangest athletes of all time. So on this Wild Out Wednesday, number 5 on my list was Tim Tebow. Number 4 was Chris Birdman Anderson. And coming in at number 3 on my list is Ricky Williams. You remember wearing the dress. And maybe there's something clinical wrong with Ricky Williams, because I think I remember them saying that he was bipolar or something like that. Remember he used to do all the damn interviews with his helmet on? Just a real strange guy. You've seen the 30 for 30 on Ricky Williams. I think part of it's got to do with a lot of chronic, too. I think that he smokes a lot of weed. So Ricky Williams coming in at number 3 on my list. Remember the wedding dress that he wore after the draft with Dick, what's his name? Not Dick Butkus, or Mike Ditka. So very, very strange guy, and he comes in at number 3 on my list. 404-382-0338. This is the Doug Stewart Show. So let me get into this story that I found from Boston.com, from DeCosta Clipper. All right, and he says, and there's a lot of this I'm going to regurgitate because I need really to go in this in full, in earnest. And he says, if Deflategate produced anything of value besides ball jokes and SNL skits, it's this. During the past 5 years, all right, pay attention. I mean, y'all need to pay attention. This is good stuff. During the past 5 years, the Patriots have fumbled at a nearly impossibly low rate, according to football data analyst Warren Sharp. Since 2010, their average plays per fumble lost is 187. That's 187, compared to the league average of 105. And no one else comes even close. On one hand, a fumble rate that low speaks to the team's impeccable preparation. On the other, it adds fuel to the accusations of cheating. All right, keep listening, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This isn't random chance, as Sharp points out. We would expect the instance to occur once in 16,233 times. Chances if fumbles per play follow a normal distribution. All of this is analytics and stat stuff, which in layman's terms means that this result only being a coincidence is like winning a raffle. Listen to this. The chances of these numbers and the fact that the Patriots only fumbled the ball 187 times in comparison to the rest of the league averaging about 150, all right, the chances of doing that are the equivalent to winning a raffle where you have a 0.000616 probability to win. Okay? Nearly statistically impossible. Even looking at total fumbles, not just fumbles lost, the Patriots are the only outdoor team in the last 25 years to average 70 plays per fumble or better. Did you hear that? They're an outside team. Remember that now. They're in New England and Foxborough. A lot of elements, snow, rain. Even looking at total fumbles, not just fumbles lost, the Patriots are the only outdoor team in the last 25 years to average 70 plays per fumble or better. Lord have mercy. The league average from 2010 to 2014 was 50 plays per fumble for indoor teams. The average was 55 plays per fumble for outdoor teams. Excluding the Patriots, the average was 46 plays per fumble. The Patriots averaged 73 plays per fumble, almost 60% more than outdoor teams and almost 50% more than the league average the past 5 years. All right, that's enough. And I hate to read things verbatim from a story, but I think I thought I had to in this case. In effect, just to boil it all down one more time, you know, if you had a pot of boiled peanuts, you know, we're going to boil this thing down. To boil it down, what the Patriots have done historically as far as ball security is unparalleled. I mean, there's no one else in the history of the game that's even come close, especially over the last couple of years. Taking it a little further over the last 25 years, the numbers don't add up to the way that they've been able to secure the football. Now, you'll say, oh, well, they just get guys that secure the football. No, not to this degree. Not to this degree. And the story just said it. And you got some guy from MIT, some analytics guy, some stats guy telling you that it's virtually impossible to do what they've done. You know why it's not impossible to do what they've done, and you know why they've been able to do what they've done as far as ball security? It's because they've been cheating. Yes. And I really started a lot of conversation yesterday, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I really started a lot of conversation yesterday with the example, I think T from Huntsville called, and he started talking about the better grip to the ball, and I made the comment to him, like it's so much easier to grip a Nerf football. And then I posted a picture of a Nerf football and an NFL football on my social media platforms and just tried to get people to understand. It's so much easier, and you can throw a Nerf football so much further. If everything's relative as far as the weight, it's so much easier to throw a Nerf football than it is a regulation football in the NFL or college even, because you can dig your fingers into it. And it's the same premise when you're talking about a deflated football. You can grip it better. You go and try to throw a Nerf football and see how much further you can throw that damn ball. It's not even close. And it's all about the grip. And it's all about ball security. It's all about the fact that these backs probably, and this is what really makes me question everything that the Patriots have been doing ever since 2006. It really makes you question everything that the Patriots have done over these last 9-10 years. And really, it makes you question everything concerning the Bill Belichick regime and Tom Brady as the starting quarterback for this team. It makes you, and you know what, maybe they haven't been deflating footballs for over 10 years. I tend to believe that they did. And not only that, now we question everything. Once again, we question everything. And all these Super Bowl wins. And somebody made a good point yesterday on my Facebook page, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. It really makes you question how a 6th-round draft pick, after the fact, okay, we never really had these questions before. All before, we chalked it up as a good story. It really makes you question how a 6th-round quarterback, okay, who has one of the worst bodies that you've ever seen in your life. If you remember the combine when Tom Brady was being checked out by teams, Tom Brady looks like the last thing that you would consider an athlete. Okay? It really makes you question now how this guy has had all this success in the NFL. Have they been deflating balls? Have they been cheating since Tom Brady took over as the quarterback for the New England Patriots? Who's to say? Who's to say? Who's to say? It's very strange. It's very strange. It's very suspect, okay, that they've had this tremendous run. And then when you couple onto it as well, Spygate and Distraction-gate, or what was that, Deception-gate with what happened with them this year in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens and those illegal substitutions. They weren't illegal at the time, but you know what I'm saying. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. It really makes you question everything that this organization has been about under the tenure of Bill Belichick and being quarterbacked by Tom Brady. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. I know. It pisses me off, too. I would be mad as hell. I would be mad as hell if I'm one of the teams that the Patriots beat in one of these Super Bowls, or a team that barely missed the playoffs over the years because of the Patriots' record and some of the wins that they've got, because I question everything. I would question everything. And this is why Tom Brady has this asterisk on his record from now going forward. And something else that was really interesting yesterday, a conversation I got into with one of my boys, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He says, why is it, or is it that far of a reach to ask the question, why does everybody think, and it appears that Barry Bonds isn't going to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame, but when you talk about Tom Brady, there's no one saying Tom Brady's not going to make it into the Hall of Fame, even with all this stuff coming out. You know, why is it? Why is it so matter of fact with Barry Bonds not getting in? But on the same side, on the other side of the coin, it's a matter of fact, even though that Tom Brady has been suspended. And keep in mind, Barry Bonds has never, ever failed a drug test. And he still denies until this day he used any drugs. But Barry Bonds not getting into the Hall of Fame. Based on how it's going right now, Barry Bonds is not getting into the Hall of Fame. So why is it so matter of fact that even though this stuff has come out about Tom Brady, then no one questions whether he will get into the Hall of Fame? Very, very interesting conversation if you think about it. Why not? I mean, based on precedent, and what you've said about Barry Bonds for all these years, he cheated. He's not getting into the Hall of Fame. Tom Brady cheated. Oh, well, Tom Brady didn't admit to it. Barry Bonds didn't admit to anything either. Why is Barry Bonds not getting in and Tom Brady is definitely getting in? Like Arsenio said, makes you go, Yeah. But that's what we do on the Doug Stewart Show, is we ask questions. Yes, sir. Yeah, we ask the questions that everybody else is tiptoeing around. Yeah, think about that. Well, one is deflating footballs. One is steroids. Yeah, that's how you look at it. It's really how you look at it. Both of them are cheating. One guy supposedly ain't getting in. The other guy definitely is, no matter what has come out in the news about him. And deflating balls. Wait a minute, that didn't sound right. All right, don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
The world's heavyweight champion of sports talk radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The most fun show in America as well. Thank you for joining your boy. Yeah, man. I mean, I be thinking, in the famous words of our good friend, comedian George Wallace, I be thinking. I be thinking, man, and posing these questions and talking about Deflategate. We also been talking about the NBA playoffs. Bobby Bowden goes off on Jameis Winston. What are your thoughts on that? Hit me on the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com. And I'm reading a lot of your chat messages. I'm also doing the top 5 in honor of Dennis Rodman's birthday today. Happy birthday to the worm. I'm talking about the top 5 strangest people in sports history. Number 5 on my list was Tim Tebow. Number 4 was Chris Birdman Anderson. Birdman. Number 3 was Ricky Williams. And number 2 on my list is Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson's been in our conversation for the last couple of days. Yeah, Mike Tyson comes in at number 2. Certifiable, man. I mean, first of all, there's this strange contrast in a guy that would, in 1 minute, talk about eating another man's kid and knocking somebody the F out, and he's raising damn pigeons. You know, really a tough childhood, I think. We've heard all the stories. You've seen the little one-man play that he's done. The man raises pigeons. The man put a tattoo on his damn face. I mean, who does that? Who puts a tattoo on their damn face? I mean, not a lot of people. Thus, Mike Tyson, one of my favorite athletes of all times. And you know what? That's a good one. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Maybe one day we'll do my favorite 5 athletes of all times. Mike Tyson is definitely on my list, man. There was nothing that you got more hyped about in sports than whenever Tyson got into that ring. It was nothing, because you knew that you might witness the first ever instance of a guy getting his head knocked smooth off. Yes, and I'm a boxing fan. I talked about that a lot. I'm a boxing fan. You know that. And I just really, I can talk about the sport all day long. Just love the sport. But any fight, I can't think of another fighter that I never got more hyped up or excited to see fight. Never. Because just Tyson kind of had that Mike Vick factor. The same reason why going to see the Falcons play at the Georgia Dome when Mike Vick was the quarterback is the same reason why I like Tyson. You never knew what you were going to see. Like, you can see this ninja spin out and run for a 50, 60-yard touchdown. You can see him evade a tackler and throw a 80-yard bomb. It was just exciting. And the same thing with Mike Tyson, man. So Mike Tyson comes in at number 2 on my list. He's one of my favorite athletes of all times, but he is strange. There's no denying that. Yes, sir. All right, so y'all know who number 1 on the list is, and that's Dennis Rodman. From whence we get this topic today. So Dennis Rodman comes in at number 1 on my list of strangest athletes of all time. I got a real good list here. Tim Tebow at number 5, Chris Birdman Anderson, Ricky Williams at number 3, Mike Tyson at number 2, and Dennis Rodman is at number 1. Let me read more of your chat here from Sluggo. Why would Tiger pay a chick $15,000 for a night? No clue at all. From Harvey Scott, Doug, Bobby Bowden should be ashamed of himself for talking about Winston, considering all the rape allegations, cheating scandals, and his players stealing from stores and breaking and entering, so he should shut the hell up while he's throwing shade at Winston. That's a great point. That's a fantastic point. A lot of people will tell you that that the inmates were running the prison at Florida State under Bobby Bowden's coaching career, and that they just ran roughshod over the city of Tallahassee and free shoes, this, that, and the other. You know, I don't buy into all of that stuff because I'm very much more liberal than other people on radio and TV. That's not that big of a deal. You know, those type of things happen with programs like Florida State. But it is kind of hypocritical. You know, it is kind of hypocritical for Bobby Bowden to come on and use the term embarrassing. You know, kind of reminds me of the same situation with Maurice Clarett. You know, once again, Bobby Bowden isn't technically with the Florida State program. I guess he's some type of ambassador. You know, and that's the job you get as a figurehead once you've done what he's done for that program, for that team. But same thing kind of reminds me of this situation and Bobby Bowden talking about Jameis Winston as what happened with Maurice Clarett. Don't forget, you know, and all of the negative conversation about Jameis Winston and Maurice Clarett, don't forget that they probably single-handedly won you national championships. So I hate after the fact that people talk about him bad. I really hate that. You know, you weren't talking about him bad when Maurice Clarett was winning that national championship for you, or Jameis Winston was winning that national championship and a Heisman. Like I mentioned earlier, you were supporting him. So it does, you know, technically what Bobby Bowden said isn't a lie. He just shouldn't have said it, you know, I guess. And I kind of blame that on the fact that he's old and probably a little bit of senility is setting in right now. So I guess I'm giving a little bit of a pass. But don't forget that Jameis Winston won a lot of games and lost one throughout his entire career at Florida State. A national championship, a Heisman Trophy, played in a second Heisman, a second national championship. So you got a lot to be thankful for when you talk about Jameis Winston if you're a Florida State fan, bottom line. From Niner for Life, Noah is just a Dennis Rodman. That's light-skinned and good hair, laugh out loud. Yeah, the Noah movie was crazy. We were talking about that earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Dollar says, not sure why pay for it, though. I mean, damn, once you make six figures, Newsy isn't so hard to find. Hell, once you make 25 figures, it ain't hard to find. Yeah, I mean, well, you don't have to make no money, and it's really not hard to find. To be honest with you, and talking about Tiger Woods paying $15,000, what? 15 grand? Bitch, kill yourself. I can't even imagine somebody even coming out their mouth to me about that. Like, if I did buy hookers, I couldn't even imagine my reaction to some chick saying 15 grand for some Nutsi. I couldn't even imagine it. What? I started looking around. Wait a minute. Bitch, I'm talking to you. Are you talking to a ghost? You ain't talking to me. No.
Stop it.
15 grand? Oh, no.
You sound like your name is Lucius now.
Tree, 15 grand is absorbent. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
You talking to her like, I just imagine you slapping her.
No, I wouldn't slap her. I never touched a woman before in my life. Yeah.
You're not a hand.
No. I mean, ain't no Ray Rice going on over here. But I mean, that's just insulting. That's offensive to me. That's offensive for you to ask me to pay you $15,000 for some of your Nutsi. That's just out of pocket.
You love yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, but you can get some of this for a trip to Red Lobster and $50. I'm going to rename this show Red Lobster, the Red Lobster Show. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to charge you. You know, if I was a male pimp, I mean, I wouldn't dare even insult you by saying, give me $15,000. It's probably worth a lot more than that. Trust me on that. But, I mean, that's just offensive. From Busa, second for BPA for Tiger. He's been nominated. Him and Tree have been nominated today. I mean, unfortunately, Tree's been nominated again. From Vince Wright, Tiger gets a BPA nomination for paying $15,000 for crack. Not crack you smoke either. Oh, I get it. It's pretty good. From QH, my man Quasitico. If Shady Brady can get in the Hall of Fame, so should Barry Bonds and Pete Rose. Very good point. I don't know if you heard I made that comment after I talked about it. I promise I didn't steal your concept. Ronald Cameron. Wait, Tiger paid for it? He officially lost it. Heck, he needs to be added to the list if that's the case. He's been nominated. From Andre Patterson, the $15K was hush money. From Detroit Matt, Manny Ramirez is a weird dude. Manny definitely makes my honorable mention. Coach Bill Royals. So I discipline my child. I'm out of the league for a year. I cheat on the field, and I'm suspended for 4 games. Yeah. And that's another one of those memes that I saw yesterday, which made a very good point. And I'm giving credit to I don't know who it is that even came up with the meme, but it was a great point in talking about that Little League team from Chicago. They were found cheating, and they had to give back their Little League World Series trophy, their championship. The Patriots have been caught cheating. Why aren't they giving back their Super Bowl championship from this year? And you remember, that's a stretch. You do remember now, Deflategate happened before the Super Bowl. In effect, they tabled the whole conversation so that they can let the Patriots and Tom Brady play in the Super Bowl. It's not that hard of an investigation. It wasn't that hard to figure out that Tom Brady told the ball boy and the equipment manager to do this. But the NFL purposely, they tabled the conversation, okay, until later. And they dragged it out for months and months and months. Hell, it's May. That happened in January. So if they took those little kids' Little League World Series championship in Chicago, it stands to reason they should take the Patriots Super Bowl from this year. Why not? Huh? It won't happen. For some reason, they're looking at this very differently. But, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. I mean, it's a good question. Why can't they take the Patriots? These are grown-ass men. You're talking about kids in Chicago, and you're talking about grown-ass men that were cheating. I mean, equipment manager did this old, undercover type stunt and takes the balls into a bathroom. Come on, man. I mean, that's more malicious to me than some kids. They didn't have anything to do with anything. The kids just went out there and played. They probably knew what was going on, but adults engineered that whole thing. Took their damn trophy. Take the Patriots Super Bowl trophy. I mean, I like all of that. Man. Ain't nobody else gonna say this, though. Nobody else is gonna say this but the Doug Stewart Show. All I'm doing is asking questions. That's all I'm doing. That's what we do around here is we ask questions. I be thinking. In the famous words of George Wallace, I be thinking. Don't go away. We'll wrap up today's show up next, the Doug Stewart Show.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5Electronicsinc.com. That's System5Electronicsinc.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Really appreciate it, man. That's a great show, man. We have great shows. We like undefeated in great shows. Me and the Stewies. Tree. Thank you so much for joining your boy on this Wild Out Wednesday. I'm going to read more of your chat here. There's a ton of chat, man, so I'm going to devote this last segment to reading your chat. I really do appreciate it. You actually still can call in if you'd like. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Been all over the board today talking about Deflategate still. Bobby Bowden's comments about Jameis Winston. One quick thing. Manny Pacquiao had his surgery, shoulder surgery, and is headed back to the Philippines. I think he's already back. And when asked about a possible rematch against Floyd Mayweather Jr., I think somebody already sat him down and consulted him and says, listen, man, in America, we don't make excuses, Jack. Shut up with all of that stuff about this injury. Just shut up and box. So Manny's response was he's not even thinking about that. He's going to concentrate on getting better. And that's probably the best thing to say. Take your ass on back home to the Philippines and pray that Floyd Mayweather Jr. lets you get your ass kicked again and make some more money before you call it a career. From Miss Mocha Bella. Doug, I don't think Tim Tebow should be on your list alongside Ricky Williams, Birdman, or Dennis Rodman. The category is, or the top 5 was strangest. To me, this is my personal list. And Tree had a real issue with this because Tim Tebow was quote-unquote anointed. Tim Tebow's a strange joker to me. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's strange as hell. For Ronald Cameron, love the Great Red Lobster. I mean, who doesn't love the Great Red Lobster? That ninja, he paid for silence and satisfaction. Unfortunately, hoes are famous for being hoes. And talking about that Tiger Woods story. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Leon, Tiger don't pay for the pee. He pays those broads to leave. Yeah, that's the whole thing about paying for prostitutes, supposedly, is you're not paying for the sex. You're paying for, the ability to not have any strings attached. You just, pack your stuff and just leave. I ain't going to kiss you, just leave. From Fat Boy McCoon. Hi, I'm Tiger Woods. As I got cable, I like to pay for Newsy. Oh, that's good. That's good. Grego, Tiger is like, take this $15K for once a month Newsy and don't talk to me. Dollars and cents. I can't go along with Tree BPA selection. Laugh out loud. Oh, Tree is nominated. She is nominated. Yes, she is. I mean, she's got a stronger chance than she did the last couple of weeks of winning this week, too. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Jersey Vern, why are y'all worried about how that man spends his money? Spoken like a man that's bought many hookers in his days. From KC, we must accept the Teflon producer, Tree Gotti. I like that. Tree Gotti will never win a BPA. I'm not saying that. Now, if Tree deserves to win a BPA, she's going to win. I mean, this thing is totally fair, and I take you guys' thoughts on it. The listeners, the people in the chat room. I mean, you guys have a voice in who wins the Boiled Penis Award. You do. From Texas Tie, why is AC Green weird? Before my time. And I guess maybe they've been talking in the chat room about AC Green being on my list. AC Green, I guess he could fall in, and once again, it's all for your liking, what your tastes are. AC Green was like 45 years old. Not only was he still rocking a Jerry curl, but AC Green was saying that he was going to save himself I'm doing the quote marks in the air. He was going to save himself for his wife. Now, once again, technically, per the Bible, that's what you're supposed to do. But by today's standards, when you're 45, you have already had many, many, many pieces of ass. And so it was always just strange. AC Green had always done these interviews and talked about not having sex, and that's admirable. I mean, that's really a good thing. I mean, really, technically. But it was always, AC Green, you still got that drippy Jerry curl in 1995, and you don't get none? From Frank, the tuck rule taught the Patriots that deflating the balls keeps Brady from fumbling. Exactly. That's what I think. From Grego, yep, they brought Brady in and asked, are you a snitch? He was like, I don't think so. So they were like, we are drafting you. Wow. From Montana Jones, PEDs under flatted footballs, both cheating and against the rules. So now the media wants to phase it as a competitive edge. Give me a break. And that's one difference between, gamesmanship and trying to get a competitive edge. Is a lot of times when you talk about gamesmanship and little nuances of things that guys do in a game, a lot of times those things that you're talking about aren't spelled out in the rule book. This was spelled out in the rule book, and they got caught. From Jersey Vern, Brady and his fans need to sit their ass down. I agree with that. From Dollars and Cents, Bonds was an a-hole Doug, and the writers vote for his ass. McGuire won't get in neither. Sosa, none of those guys in the Bonds era is going to get in, including Clemens. You know what I believe? I believe that those other guys aren't going to get in because they don't want to have the excuse, that we put them in, so we got to put Barry Bonds in. I think the hate for Barry Bonds is so big, okay, that they are sacrificing, in effect, Roger Clemens and Mark McGuire because they don't want to seem like hypocrites. Well, we can't put Roger Clemens and Mark McGuire in and not put Barry Bonds in, but we definitely not putting Barry Bonds in. So we not putting Clemens and McGuire. That's what I really believe. The disdain and the hate for Barry Bonds is so thick that, in effect, Mark McGuire, Roger Clemens are sacrificial lambs. Yes, sir! Sacrificial lambs. And I believe that. And if we got to put Barry Bonds in, ain't none of y'all going in. Because we not putting his ass in. No, sirree. And he ain't never failed NAM tests. You know what NAM means? If you're from the country, you know what NAM means. NAM means none. Right. Barry Bonds ain't never failed a test. Never failed a test. I remember many years ago, a good friend of mine at the Puppet Factory argued me down about how guilty Barry Bonds was. And I just kept saying, but he ain't never failed a test and he's denying it. We don't care. So. He said he put this on his legs. Remember Barry Bonds said something about putting some gel on his legs? And that he got something from his trainer, but he didn't know what it was. Oh, man, this guy argued me to death. I wonder if he's making the same argument right now. Or is he trying to defend Tom Brady? I bet you he is. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you to Tree for producing the show, Waterhead Walter, Gerald Oliveri, Dwayne Bassan, and shouts out to all of the Stewies. Couldn't do it without you, man. Thank you so much. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.